Short and simple movie reviews. Hosted by Andy and Yasmin. Answering the question, is this movie for you?
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Is This Movie For You podcast. It's the podcast that reviews movies simply and answers if the movie is for you. My name is Andy. Over there is Yasmin. Hey.
Hey.
And this time around we have reviewed the Stanford Prison Experiment.
Netflix movie.
So the reason why we selected it was just a Friday night, wasn't it? It was sitting on the couch.
Night. Yeah, my mum actually recommended it to us. We didn't know what to watch. We love our jail shows on Netflix, and mum said that she'd watch this movie about jail. So I thought I'd chuck it on for a surprise for you, Andy.
Yeah, it didn't give me any prep on it whatsoever. Basically, just pressed play, and I was like, what is this?
And I think your words were to me, is this an independent film?
Yeah, that's my first impression. I was like, what are you doing here? I'm more commercialized these days. So a few words that I could say first up. It was a mind...
Oh, wow. It's set over in Stanford University in America. It follows an experiment where the professors are observing a group of students who volunteered. They get paid like $15 a day, which was a fair bit back in those days.
Yeah, back in the early 70s.
Yeah, and so some of them are prison guards and some of them are prisoners.
Yeah.
And there's pretty much no other rules other than that. They're down in the basement of like one of the college buildings, which was the teachers' offices, and they make an actual jail.
Yeah.
And the prisoners are actually locked in there for 2 weeks. Well, that was the plan.
Yeah.
And yeah, they pretty much just watch the prison guards go on massive power trips and the prisoners freak out and stuff.
It was actually a really good movie.
It was really good.
Yeah.
It got really intense.
Yeah, it did. Like, it started off a little bit slow, and like you just said, I was like, is this an independent movie?
Yeah.
I love independent movies, but it just felt like the college sort of a college had made it basically at the beginning. That's what I thought was going down. But yeah, it got really intense real quick. Would you call it? I'd probably call it a psychological thriller.
Yeah, I think Netflix put it down as a thriller.
Okay, yeah. Well, I know that we definitely had to watch a few comedies after the actual movie to get to sleep that night.
We're very sensitive.
Yeah. So it's based on the book The Lucifer Effect. So if you've read that, you would kind of know the storyline. So it's like a dramatized documentary version of the book about the experiment.
Yeah.
A very good ending as well. You definitely have to check it out.
All the actors in the movie played really good roles, I thought. It was totally believable. Like, the young kids freaking out as prisoners and stuff. It was just great.
Yeah.
It was a really good movie.
Yeah, it certainly was. And I definitely won't be volunteering for anything like that in the near future. Let's just say that.
No, those medical trials that happen in the city and you get like $7,000 for it.
Definitely won't be doing that either. Who would you sit down and watch it with?
I think anyone who loves their jail shows, anyone who loves documentaries.
Would you say anyone that likes to think?
Yeah, it's a thinking movie. It's sort of a bit of a smarter movie. It really does make you look at prisoners and jail people and that sort of thing in a different way.
Yeah.
I just enjoy watching those jail shows and sort of like, haha, you're in jail. I'm not. But I actually kind of feel sorry for those guys now.
Yeah, did you learn anything from a psychological point of view?
Well, I already know a fair bit about jail with all of my documentaries that I've watched.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
No, it was definitely a really interesting way of looking at it, and if you're a thinker, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. What about you? Who would you watch it with?
Well, yeah, I'd definitely watch it with anyone that likes a documentary. There's so many documentaries out there as well. There's non-thinking documentaries and there's thinking documentaries. Yeah. This is definitely a thinking one. So if you are going to be sitting down with someone to watch it, definitely don't think you're going to hook up at the end of it. So I wouldn't take any potential Tinder dates on the journey.
No Netflix and chill.
No, there's definitely no Netflix. There's Netflix and maybe take a psychological pill at the end of it. But no, it's a really great movie. It was, I looked it up afterwards to see if it was real and all that sort of stuff. And
do we think it happened? We should have researched it, but
we really should. Well, they said at the end of it was a dramatized documentary. So. Hey, if you do know, let us know on Facebook.
We could easily just Google it, but that's what you guys are there for, to tell us where we're wrong.
Yeah, Google it, let us know. Hit us up on facebook.com/is this movie for you.
I feel like it was real though.
Yeah, me too. Since we watched it, I've been sucked in thinking it was real, so.
Yeah, definitely. So how many hot dogs?
I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 hot dogs. Yeah, for me, it started off a bit slow, and I was like, very unsure about the movie because I hadn't heard of it before until I got into it, and I was like, oh my God, this is a really good movie. And I felt like at the beginning, I was leaning back on the couch, and then as I went through the movie, I started to lean more forward because I was more into it as it went along.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. What about you, Yasmin?
I think if you're in the mood for that sort of movie, I'd give it 4 too.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
4 out of 5. Hot dogs.
Yes, please.
All right. Well, if you're going to review it, do it. Let us know what you think of it. Facebook.com/is this movie for you. You can hit us up on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everywhere these days. Let us know. If you got any other suggestions on what we should review as well or check out, hit us up there too.
Yeah, any sort of genre. We'll give it a crack.
Absolutely. If you want to check out any older episodes of Is This Movie For You, can do that at ozcastnetwork.com. But we shall see you very soon at the movies.
Or Netflix. See you there.
Is This Movie For You podcast is part of the Ozcast Network. Love this podcast? Support it and become a sponsor. Head to ozcastnetwork.com.